I'm going to be wasting the next 12 hours of my life drawing Spider-Man costumes. That is right, today I'm going to be drawing the top 20 rated Spider-Man costumes. So we've got our pages set up now, hopefully 2 should be enough, and the time starts now. So right now we've just about hit the half an hour mark. As you can see, we've not really made much progress, but I mean, you know, hopefully we can catch up and get all of these characters done. First things first, I did some research on ranker.com to find what people thought the best Spider-Man costumes were. Now, believe it or not, the classic Spider-Man costume was actually only ranked 2, so I decided to draw that first because, I mean, it was second on the list and more iconic than the rest of them. So yeah, that's going in the middle. And while we're here, I'd like to mention that this was originally going to be 15 hours, but I had to cut it short because I didn't have time. However, fortunately, I still managed to get all of them done. And a whole 1 hour 20 minutes in, we're finally done. Up next, and technically first place, we have the black symbiote suit, where Venom temporarily attaches himself to Peter Parker. Fortunately, this took quite a bit less time as there's a lot less detail on the suit, and I managed to draw him slightly smaller than the classic suit. And just over 2 hours into the challenge, we're already 2 down. So we're just passing the 2 hour mark at the minute. We've done 2 suits at the minute, so we still do have quite a bit to catch up on. However, I think we should be able to be alright. We've got Spider-Man and the symbiote suit so far, and we're going to be moving on to the Future Foundation suit. Let's go. Suit number 3 was from the Future Foundation suit, which I believe is an alternate Fantastic Four, where Spider-Man was actually recruited. Please let me know if I got that wrong, but I think I'm right anyway. The 4th top rated suit was Spider-Man 2099. This is a future suit in the year, you guessed it, 2099. And it's a pretty cool suit overall. Yeah, it was quite detailed though, so it did take a little bit longer to draw out the designs on it, but overall, I think it turned out pretty well. So we've now just about reached the 3.5 hour mark. We've got in our 4 characters: original, symbiote, Future Foundation, and 2099. We are catching up a little bit. We've gained about half an hour. That should be enough to get in all of the characters, especially since they're going to get smaller the further out they get. Without further ado, I think we should just carry on with the Superior Spider-Man suit. At number 5, we have the Superior Spider-Man, where Dr. Octopus implants his mind into Peter's so he can prove himself to be a better Spider-Man. Overall, I do really like this suit. I like the darker colours on it with the black and red, and also the arms are a nice touch on the back. Yeah, pretty solid. Understandable why it's up here. So we've about finished our 5th suit, which is the Superior Spider-Man suit, and we have about 11 hours still left, so we should be on track to getting them all done still. Next up, we've got the Spider-Man Noir costume. Let's get into it. At number 6, we have Spider-Man Noir, which is the detective-themed Spider-Man from the 1930s. Personally, I think this is one of the best suits on the list. I really like the theme behind it. I like the whole aesthetic. I would have to rate this a 10 out of 10. Passing over the 4 hour mark, we move on to the 7th addition to this artwork. This is the House of M Spider-Man. To be honest, I'm not really sure why it's up here. It doesn't look really that different from the original Spider-Man, apart from a couple of design changes. I mean, it looked okay. Personally, I think it's my least favourite out of all of these, but I mean, other people have their choices. Maybe there's some other reason for this, but overall, pretty decent. At the 8th most popular suit, we have Spider-Carnage. Now, from what I'm guessing, this is probably where Carnage takes over Peter Parker again and transforms his suit. Overall, I think the suit is alright. It's not the best. I feel like there could have been a lot more done with like the spider logo and maybe a bit more Carnage involved rather than just like the red veins and the larger stature. At number 9, we have our 3rd symbiote on this list. We have the Superior Venom. Now, I'm not too sure on the origin of this, but it looks pretty cool. I'm not exactly sure how it really counts the Spider-Man suit, as it looks more of a Venom than Spider-Man. However, it's rated highly. I think it looks cool, and yeah, I can't really say much more about it. In 10th place, we have Captain Universe. Now, this suit looks kind of cool. very different from the standard kind of look with all the chrome or the shininess of it, but I think the cosmic kind of look for the upper body looks kind of cool and it kind of fits the theme. So yeah, I quite like this suit. It's not my favourite or anything, but it's decent. Right, so we've just passed the 7-hour mark. We've done the superior Venom suit. I'm not sure if that actually counts, but it was on the list, so we're counting it from now. We've also done the cosmic suit in the last hour, so we're about halfway through, I think. And next we're going to be moving on to the bulletproof spider suit. Moving on to the final 10 of this list with just over half our time remaining, we now moved on to the bulletproof suit. This suit came into existence when Peter lost a lot of his agility, making it hard for him to dodge bullets. So I mean, you can probably guess what this suit is for. I don't have to explain it to you. And if I do, then I'm very ashamed of you. Okay, moving on. Coming in the number 12 spot, we have the negative zone spider suit. I really like the black and white aesthetic of it, and also how the colours are reversed to match the negative zone feel. So, I don't know what happened, but the timer stopped. So I think we're about like 6.5 hours. So yeah, hopefully I can reset it and this should be okay. So we're approaching the 9-hour mark. I've finished 12 characters so far, including the bulletproof armour and the negative suit in the past hour. It's looking good so far, so let's carry on. At the unlucky 13th position, we have Spider-Man's final costume, also known as the Last Stand suit, I believe. This is from an alternate universe where Peter becomes a killer, and this is his anti-hero suit. However, here we run into a bit of a problem. Pretty much my camera glitched out and it stopped recording. So I missed out a couple of characters, but I'm here to fill you in right now. Moving on to 14th place, I added in the Spider Armour Mark 1. This is a silver traditional style armour, but with a Spider-Man twist on it, made to protect New York against the new enforcers. We're now 3/4 of the way through, and we're moving on to number 15, the electrically insulated Spider-Man suit. This was made to protect Peter against Electro's lightning. Coming in at number 16, we have the Spider Phoenix. Now I assume this is from when Peter Parker hosts the Phoenix Force, but please let me know if I'm wrong, or if you know any other information, then please comment down below to fill me in on it. Closing in on the end, we began to move on to Spiderman India. This is a twist on the original suit, including some more Indian style clothing. Overall, I quite like the style of it. moving on to our final place. Number 20, we have Spider-Hulk. Again, I'm not too sure on the origin of this, but I believe Peter Parker is exposed to gamma radiation similar to Bruce Banner and turns into a Hulk-like creature.